beating Rwanda in Kigali. What a beautiful game that we saw yesterday. On that note, I welcome you to Sport Arena, the biggest arena in Southwest Nigeria. Where some of the latest, and of course, all the biggest stories are coming from the world of sport. Yes, on the show this afternoon, we take a dive into the world of NBA, Formula 1, football, both from the foreign and local scene. Yes, we look into the Nigerian Premier Football League. A game went down yesterday. Enugu Rangers lost away from home. 3 games will be going down. 2 games will be going down later today. I will look into that. And of course, on Sunday, Shooting Stars will be in action. I will look into all the game also. Super Eagles was in action yesterday. They won their game. And for the Black Stars of Ghana, yes, they were in action against Chad. They won the game in a beautiful fashion, winning the game by 5-0. They are currently topping their group. I will look into all those games. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Ayomikun Adeniyi. You can simply call me Purity. I'm not alone in the studio this afternoon. I got the double Samuel, and together we'll be on the ride. Good afternoon to you guys.
Good afternoon, Purity. Good afternoon to our listeners at home. And it's great to be back here this afternoon. My name is Adebayo Samuel, your premium sport, actually.
All right.
Premium sport.
I love that. Yeah,
good afternoon to you, Ayomikun. Good afternoon to you, Samuel. It will be totally unfair if Victor Osimhen doesn't play at the World Cup.
Yeah.
I mean, the world needs to see the brilliance and the excellence of this guy. Green, white, green must be seen at the USA, Canada, and Mexico come 2026. It was an eventful evening in Kigali, right there at the Amoro Stadium last night. Nigeria, they gave us the bragging right. For the very first time, they won on the Rwandan soil, like you mentioned, and that would definitely be their first World Cup qualifying game that they would actually pick maximum points in this 2026 World Cup qualifying series. It was what we needed. We needed to get back on track, and I can tell you that the hope is alive now. The hope of picking the World Cup ticket is alive.
Yes,
of course, because it could have been a disaster if we had not gotten the victory yesterday. We all know how crucial that game was for the Super Eagles, and I like the fact that Coach Eric Scher started on an impressive note, on a winning note, expectedly, and we were the better side. We dominated the game. We saw so many positive performance from the players yesterday, and it was very, very deserved victory for the Super Eagles. Victor Osimhen, what a player, getting the brace. That was the first World Cup qualifying game that we play, talking about the 2026 World Cup qualifying qualifiers for the Super Eagles. Ademola Lookman, all these guys, they showed determination, they showed passion, they showed character yesterday, and that's what Super Eagles is all about. We are back in the studio. Glad to be back in the studio. This is a perfect moment for us to be in the studio to actually celebrate the Super Eagles. The job is far from over. The game is still on. On Tuesday, focus should definitely be shifted to Tuesday already against Zimbabwe, because we won yesterday. 5 more games to go. Every game is very, very important.
Every game is a final.
It's a final, like I said. Every game is a final. It's a defining moment for us. So we need to take the games as it comes, one game at a time. Glad to be back in the studio. Samuel Akintode is my name. You can call me City Boy.
All right, guys, and when the time is right, I will listen to the coach of the Super Eagles after that dramatic win yesterday away from home. And of course, apart from football, this afternoon we take stories from the world of NBA. Give you the latest from basketball. And don't forget, it's getting more interesting right there in the world of Formula 1. Lewis Hamilton winning the sprint race yesterday, bidding up for the May Grand Prix later tomorrow. Don't worry, we are in the studio to give you the latest and the best coming from the world of sport. Quickly, let's start from football, from the game that went down yesterday. Apart from the Super Eagles game, we saw Nigeria Republic against Morocco. Morocco won the game away from Mumbai 2-0. Goalless between Guinea and Somalia. And for Egypt, Egypt won away from home against Ethiopia. They won the game 2-0. And Ghana also secured victory 5-0 against Chad. Ivory Coast against Burundi. Ivory Coast won the game by a long goal goal. South Africa, they were at home against Lesotho. They won their game also 2 goals to nothing. Not forget that they are in the same group with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. 10 points as we speak now. And for Rwanda, they lost at home yesterday against the big boys, Super Eagles of Nigeria. Victor Osimhen getting the 2 goals for the green team yesterday. And DR Congo against South Sudan. DR Congo won the game by a long goal. Burkina Faso also secured victory 4 goals to nothing at home. And Equatorial Guinea, they also won. Algeria won away from home. The bigger boys won their game yesterday, including Ghana.
Yeah. Ghana, they've been fantastic in the World Cup qualifiers. Look at them; they are topping their group. What a fantastic performance they put out yesterday. 5 goals to nil yesterday. It was a very, very good, game for all the players. Before that game, their president, the president of Ghana, talking about Hama, went to the camp of the players, the Black Stars, to motivate them. And also some of their ex-international also went to actually, Asamagian was in the camp to instill confidence in players, to speak some positivity into them, and to just make them realize how important it is for them to actually win that game against Chad yesterday. I was very optimistic that they were going to win that game because of their Chad has not been they've not been impressive in the World Cup qualifiers so far, and you see Black Stars of Ghana, they know that they definitely need to qualify for the World Cup to make up for the shambolic performance they put up at the last AFCON, and the fact that they are still they didn't qualify for the AFCON 2025 2026, they didn't qualify. So it will not be fair on their part not to even qualify for the World Cup. So for me, they knew the importance of that game, and we can see that maybe we are getting to see a fresh of breath in that squad. You see Semedo scoring, Inaki Williams scoring. I mean, they have qualities. Jordan Ayew also was on target yesterday. They have qualities in that camp. It's just that there are some organization issues. There are some structural problems that is happening behind the scene.
The performance.
And that's why they could not even qualify for the last for this AFCON, for the upcoming AFCON. But I like the fact that they are trying to put their house in order now, and they are trying to
very
get back.
Important
very, very
because
important.
At this point in time, you just need to put all hands on deck.
All hands on deck now, and you need to just get the job done. Now they are topping the group. For me, they will definitely qualify from this group, and they will definitely be the group winner. It's just for them to continue with this performance. They were very brilliant, very ruthless. They dominated from start to finish, scoring 5 goals. I mean, it was a very massive, very, very fantastic performance. They deserve it. Black Stars of Ghana. Maybe we are trying to see the Black Stars of Ghana that we used to know before.
All right, let's focus on the Super Eagles game yesterday. We saw the formation 4-1-4-1, Stanley one Bali in between the stick. Bright Samuel Osaye from the right back. The captain William Trus Ekonga in the central defense. Kevin Bassi also, and of course we have Olaino playing from the left wing of the pitch. Winfrey Ndidi, we have Chukwueze playing from the left. Lukman also doubling in the middle. We have Alex Iwobi, and of course we have Moses Simon. Don't forget Victor Osimhen up front yesterday. 4-1-4-1 formation, and he gave us 2 goals.
Yeah, when Eric Shell was appointed, one of the things he spoke about and he talked about and promised Nigeria is aggressive attacking football. I watched him with Mali national team, with the Malian national team when he was their head coach. We know what he did at the last AFCON. They didn't just get some things right because they failed to implement some things, and that's why they could not even go further. I think they were knocked out in quarterfinal of the last AFCON. We know how they played. They even defeated Nigeria pre-AFCON in the friendly 2 goals to nothing. So what I'm saying is, he has promised to play attacking football, aggressive attacking football. That has always been his style, and that was evident in the formation and the starting 11 yesterday. I mean, seeing the likes of Chukwueze, Ademola Lookman, Victor Osimhen, Moses Simon up being among the first starters. It shows that he wanted to prosecute that game. He wanted to go all out and get the job done, and that was it paid out very early in the game. 10 minutes into the game, Victor Osimhen scored the first goal, and before the first 45 minutes minute, we got the second goal. So it was all attacking game yesterday, and I really enjoy. For a very long time, Super Eagles dominated possession. Although there are still room for improvement because in some part of that game we were clearly outplayed in the midfield because I think there was no balance in that midfield. Seeing Ndidi and Alex Iwobi, only Ndidi was doing the defensive duty. But I believe that the players will definitely adapt to the style, and in subsequent game we are still going to see some changes. But yesterday it was very promising, very inspiring, and very encouraging to see Nigeria playing all out, playing to the strength of the players, attacking-minded football, be aggressive. Look at the second goal. Yes, from the front. Look at that second goal. Look at the second goal of Victor Osimhen. It speaks about his ability to press, his awareness of his position, ability to press his pace as well. So it was a very good performance from the players. I didn't really have any reservation about the starting 11. I didn't have any negative remarks about the starting 11. Although I believe that, like I said, there is always room for improvement, especially in the midfield. Like I said, it was when Raphael Onyedika came in the second half that we could see that balance in the midfield. Yes, because it was Ndidi and Raphael Onyedika. So Iwobi was moved a bit higher on the pitch and he was able to play that attacking minded. So for me, it was a very good performance.
All right, Samuel, before this game, when we were building up to this game, we know how crucial this game was for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. They went into the field of play yesterday, putting every of their pass behind them. They went into the game with a positive mind because we saw videos of these guys
of course.
in camp and relating with the coach also.
The team bonding.
And we saw the results yesterday. Moving forward, what do you think about the Super Eagles of Nigeria?
I really think what we saw yesterday is something that shows the future is very bright for the Super Eagles currently, and I hope they are going to maintain it. I think the only issue most time is that they start something and in the middle of it, they just
the consistency.
We need to be more consistent. That's all I can say about them because we can, with what you saw yesterday, we can say, okay, this season is going to be his time in that place is going to be very.
He told them everybody needs to run.
Everybody,
yesterday we saw them yesterday. They
were running.
The players you will say Chukwueze that doesn't mark before.
It was just everywhere.
I've seen so many comments about Chukwueze not doing well offensively, but people forget that he played to instructions.
Of course,
yes,
of course.
Because of the fact that the midfield was not really balanced in terms of having central defensive midfielder. It was only Ndidi, and that's why Chukwueze was doing
tracking back steadily.
Yesterday we missed Frank Oyeka.
Yeah, of course. Like I said, the attack. The plan was to attack, to fully attack, take the game to the to the opponent, and then get goals plenty. That was the plan. He came with a clear plan, attacking minded plan. We just wanted to play attacking football play, and that's what happened. And for the very first time, like I said, we were playing a very, very organized system that you could see that you can tell the pattern that
you can tell what they wanted
to do.
The coach has been teaching them.
Yes, it was very, very obvious.
The game plan was obvious.
It was so discernible to see the kind of playing style. Like we've been saying, and like he said, it's not only about them starting on an impressive note. It's about sustainability. How to sustain and maintain this momentum. You could I've been saying it that these players, they have motivation. They are not only carrying the hope and aspiration of over 200 million Nigerians home and abroad. They are also pursuing their dreams. It is the dream of every player to play at the World Cup. So it is also it's a personal ambition for them as well on individual level. And good that we even have a very strong squad. You have quality everywhere.
Options everywhere. Yesterday we saw this debutant Arokodare, of which we still have Boniface.
Of course, I was even surprised to see Arokodare getting his debut yesterday. To see him coming on ahead of Victor Boniface. And this also speaks volume about Eric Schell trying to reward performance and reward based on merit.
Not just about the names.
Yes.
Not that they have been here before.
I never expected to see Arokodare getting on that pitch yesterday
ahead of
Victor Boniface. It's a very, and I like his in-game management as well. His substitutions came very, very at a very right time, very timely substitution.
He didn't waste time.
He didn't waste fast. He take off Victor Osimhen. We were even saying that maybe Osimhen could get an hat-trick.
But let him have rest.
Honestly, because
we still have a game on Tuesday. And of course, it is important as this game also.
Every game is important.
Every game is important. Tomorrow now, other games will be going down at the qualifier. But then we saw what Ghana did and we saw what Morocco did also yesterday. Most of these big guys, I think African football now is getting more interesting.
Cote d'Ivoire also won.
Because when you see Morocco playing against Niger Republic and the game ended 2-1, it speaks volume.
Yes.
2-1. Before the game, we were thinking that it ended like 5 goals to nothing.
Yeah, Niger, maybe because they were playing at home. And you know that one thing that is clear, that is crystal clear, is the fact that African football is very competitive now. It is, no team is pushover.
Yeah.
You cannot say that you are going to beat this team, you are going to get it easy against this team.
Yeah.
It was I mean, even Rwanda yesterday, that we got 2-0 victory. It was at some point very difficult for Super Eagles. And that's why I was saying that the most important goal in that game was the second goal. Because at that time, they were trying to get back on track. They were trying to get their rhythm together. But the second goal just dismantled them.
All right, guys, we are on to Sport Arena on Honor 103.5 FM. We'll be going on a short commercial break right about now. And when we return, I will listen to the coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, LFL, after that game yesterday.
On 103.5 FM.
lótìtọ́ ni bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni gọ́níyà fíjì ìròyìn tó àmójúbà gbogbo aláfẹ́ ayé tó dé Subchem Leading Hotel and Suites ló ń ròyìn wípé ìgbádùn sodo síbì kan ju bì kan lọ. Subchem Leading Hotel and Suites, elegantly and centrally located in a secured and serene environment. Our facilities include cozy rooms and suites, spacious event and conference hall. Our restaurant serves delicious intercontinental and local cuisines, while our bar is stocked with all kinds of assorted drinks. Ní Subchem Leading Hotel and Suites, iná wa kì í ṣẹ́jú nígbà kọ̀ọ̀kan. Ètò àbúgbò kan falala lẹ́ẹ̀ma lo Wi-Fi ọ̀fẹ́ láì níkọ̀sẹ̀. There is also laundry service and fully equipped gym. Seeing the say is believing. Visit Subchem Hotel and Suites today at Plot 3, Mechanic Scheme, opposite New Garage, off Ijebu-Ode Expressway, Ibadan, Nigeria. Telephone 090-6466-7569 and 090-4821-8600. Subchem Leading Hotel and Suites. In hospitality, we lead.
You fit fly.
Hello there. Are you thinking of embarking on a journey to any country in Europe, America, South America, Asia, Australia, or wherever you may desire in the world for education, tourism, business, or what have you, and you are confused on how to go about it? You Fit Fly is your go-to company that will help you realize your dream. That is why you're enjoined to talk to us at You Fit Fly for seamless flight reservation, hotel reservation, educational consulting, visa processing, airport transfer, special vacation, travel insurance, holy pilgrimage, and international conferences. Visit us today at Success House, 7 Up Road, Oluyole Estate, Ring Road, Ibadan, or call 0901-111-1190. Website youfitfly.com. At YouFitFly, your travel logistics will be sorted out seamlessly.
Ask me not, O gentle Savior.
No prayer is too small. No concern is too big. Bring your burdens, big and small, to the Lord. Oh yeah, let's come together every Sunday as we join our pastor, Pastor Samson Onowumi, the presiding pastor, Set Free Christian Center, every Sunday on your darling station, Honor 103.5 FM at exactly 5:45 p.m. to 6 p.m. for a prayer clinic. And don't forget, he that lives a prayerless life lives without God in the world. Let's come together to pray again this coming Sunday, as God is said to bless you.
On 103.5 FM.
It was a difficult game because Rwanda has a great team. I know the coach; he's a good coach. We make a great game too. I'm so happy and proud for my players, for my guys, for Nigerian people. We work a lot during one week. 2 training sessions, but lots of video session, lot of information for my players. So we had the game plan, and the players make this great game playing. So for me, I think the victory, the win, it's normal.
The game against Rwanda wasn't easy. We've faced them several times now, and it's a team that we respect. We said that in the press conference before the game also. Like the coach said, we tried to understand what he wanted us to do early on. We only had maybe 2 or 3 full training sessions, a lot of video sessions. But I think today you saw glimpses of what we should be expecting under Coach Eric Schell. Talking about players, Victor Osimhen is a fantastic player. I think he's among the world's best, together with Ademola Lookman, Africa's best player. But I don't want to single out anyone. I think today's performance was a collective performance. Just as important were the players that came off the bench. We had debutant with Tolu, who I think came on fantastic. Players that played out of position, like Yusuf, who came in and played right back. And I could go on and go on. So there's a real team spirit. I think that was something that we had already before, and I think that is part of the generation of the group.
Yes, here we go. We just listened to the coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
It looks like a good guy, a man manager, of course.
I think it's too early.
It's too early
to start.
No,
I mean,
no, you know, I'm not praising him.
All right.
I'm not praising him based on yesterday's results. Even before that yesterday game, with what we've seen. The videos in training, and the way he speaks about his player, not even about Super Eagles player. I remember when he was interviewed for Malian job in 2022. He beat Genetroy to that job in 2022. Genetroy also applied for the same Malian national team job, and he beat Genetroy to that job. And when the Malian Football Federation came out, they said during the recruitment process, when they were interviewing this potential managers that they would definitely employ, what actually got them interested about Eric Schell is the fact that they saw in him a sense of a man who understand, who is ready to work with the team, who can actually improve the team, and who is aware of the responsibility of the team, who knows what is expected of the team. And if you look at this guy, the way he speaks positively about the players, and whose confidence in them. He is a manager who seems to be very available to instill confidence in his player. Look at the way he speaks about Victor Osimhen. Even before he released the 23 man squad list, he has visited some of these players. He called them, he spoke to
relationship
them. With them. And also even in camp, he was always there at the entrance to receive them, patiently waiting for them to receive them and welcome them to the camp. So all of these factors, these are underlying factors that speak volume about this man management, and it will definitely help him in the long run. So for me, I think with what we have seen so far, we just hope that they will definitely continue to improve and build on this momentum.
What you can pray for now.
All right, mission accomplished. The guys are leaving Kigali right about now. Any moment from now, they should be in the country and, of course, getting set for the game on Tuesday. Guys, let's focus on the Nigerian Premier Football League. One game went down yesterday. Nasarawa United played against Enugu Rangers, which they won the game by a long goal. But then it was funny. The game was played at the same time when Super Eagles are playing that game.
Yeah, it was funny, but Super Eagles were not playing in Nigeria.
It does not matter. It does not matter.
So you could see where you could see where the excuse was coming from.
I mean, we should just respect our national team.
I just feel that when there is international break, we call it international. It's international everywhere in the world. Why are we still having MPFL matches being played during the international break? This calls for concerns and questions needs to be answered by the league management. And you see some certain teams like Raymond Stars, they will tell you that they are not going to play their game.
We are still going there because later today, normally we should have 3 games. Today, Plateau should be playing against Kano Pillars and Benin Insurance against the struggling Sunshine Stars of Akure, while Lobby Stars and Raymond Stars. That game is supposed to go down today. But then one way or the other, there was an excuse coming from Raymond Stars. I mean,
they said two of their goalkeepers,
and their coach.
There are 2 goalkeepers and their coach. The excuse is even the goalkeepers because they've been playing without their coach in the past. There are some instances, there are some matches that they've played when our coach Ogumodede was not around, when he was on duty at the national level. But their main excuse is that 2 goalkeepers, talking about Kayode Bankole and the other guy Obasa or something, Obasa, they were not around. They were on an international duty, on a national duty. And I begin to ask, is it only 2 goalkeepers that you registered for the for the NPFL season?
Yeah.
Even if it happens like that, can't you promote maybe from your under 23? And thankfully they even have an academy.
So a
very functioning academy. So that should not be an excuse. It's not terrible for me, in my own opinion. Having 2 goalkeepers on a national duty, and then you are saying it is an excuse for you not to prosecute this game. It's not really terrible.
But then should we blame Remo Stars or blame the league management for approving it? Because during the Chan Eagle camp, I mean, they have 2 or 3 of their players in the national team, including the coach of that team. But then they still play their game.
Even Enugu Rangers that played yesterday, Coach Fidelis was not around. Not even now. Let's even give a very like-for-like comparison. Niger Tornadoes, they will be playing their game. Papa Mustafa Daniel,
one of their key players,
is in Super Eagles squad. So I don't understand.
It's the league that actually approved that kind of excuse for them that we should actually fault. It's normal for clubs to want to
give
excuses, but you won't agree. Okay, let's take for example in Spain currently. Yesterday, news came out that they are fighting their Spanish board about having Paul Kubasi come back to Barcelona because they said he has injury, and they are telling them that we can't approve that to you because this guy still has to play for. He can still play for international team.
Look at that.
He can still play for national team, so we cannot tell you because he has 3 days injury. You now be begin to Barcelona. So is the league in particular that approved it. You can't approve that.
In a Senna climb, this will not happen.
Honestly, is it like there's a break?
Like I said,
is it like there's a break
or you general break?
And now there's a precedent for other people that can say, okay, you approve this for this so.
Tomorrow also. Okay. Let's leave that and talk about other games that will be going down tomorrow in Ibadan. It's going to be a big one because Shooting Stars, in the middle of the crisis, they'll be playing at home tomorrow against Niger Tornadoes, while Ikorodu City will be playing against highly rated Rivers United. We have other games too. Katsina will be playing against Economic Warriors of Maiduguri, Enyimba against Bayelsa United. Let's focus on the Shooting Stars game.
Of course.
I mean, we saw what is happening. We saw what happened at the Federation Cup. Their last game also, we saw how they back-to-back defeat on their part. 7 games without a win. Tomorrow, they'll be playing at home at the Lakon Salami Stadium at Damasigba. What should we expect?
The players, the coaching crew, they have one obligation tomorrow.
One job.
Only one
3 points.
3 points. And they need to win where? I don't want them to even. It's not about.
It's not about you. It's about Shooting Star fans.
No, I'm saying it so that they will know. The fans are not. The fans are not happy.
We actually left Nigeria and started talking about Shooting Stars. I'm like, my goodness, people want Shooting Stars to win.
Of course, they've been winless in the last 7 games.
7 games is too much.
And
we had the dream of coming close to be second at least, and now we are there sitting on I think 7th or 8th.
And we kicked out of Federation Cup.
And the brouhaha of the Federation Cup is even. What is making the fans to be very upset and angry about the management of the team, because the whole situation speaks volume about the lack of competence and also gross negligence on the part of the team management. You cannot tell me that you failed to register players because it was on that ground that they were expelled from the Federation Cup. We know they've been playing in the Federation Cup for a while, for years. They've won it maybe 4 or 5 times. So they are an household name. They are not.
They understand the process.
They understand the process.
I mean, our Shooting Stars is one of the biggest teams in Nigerian football.
Of course, even in Africa.
And this is not first time. This is not first time of going through this process. So what now happened?
So there is no turning away.
Although they are still making.
Of course, they will tell you that they want to investigate.
Going on.
So tomorrow, it's a must for them to get the victory. Anything short of that, the fans.
Anyway, we wait and see.
The fans will not take it easy.
We wait and see what will happen tomorrow. I pray that Shooting Stars will win tomorrow, and they win well.
They
just
win
like Samuel is saying.
Well.
All right. Before we go for this short commercial break, don't forget that today, the UEFA Nation League. Yes, we saw the first leg of the quarterfinals where Croatia played against France, Germany played against Italy, Portugal played against Denmark, and Spain also played against Netherlands. I hope I'm not making any mistake.
Yeah.
No, you are not.
So today, the second leg will be going down.
Yeah, for Portugal, definitely they'll be playing at home. They lost the first leg against Denmark.
Where
we saw Oiland doing his idol celebration.
There's more to that. But then we talk about that after the short commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
On 103.5 FM.
You fit fly.
Hello there. Are you thinking of embarking on a journey to any country in Europe, America, South America, Asia, Australia, or wherever you may desire in the world for education, tourism, business, or what have you, and you are confused on how to go about it? You Fit Fly is your go-to company that will help you realize your dream. That is why you are enjoined to talk to us at You Fit Fly for seamless flight reservation, hotel reservation, educational consulting, visa processing, airport transfer, special vacation, travel insurance, holy pilgrimage, and international conferences. Visit us today at Success House, 7 Up Road, Oluyole Estate, Ring Road, Ibadan, or call 0901-111-1190. Website youfitfly.com. At You Fit Fly, your travel logistics will be sorted out seamlessly.
Ming saw it. In goes De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne! Gundogan! From the brink of despair, elation. From catastrophe, cacophonic joy. The stuff of stellar champions. That's why.
Get ready for the most exciting hour of your week. It's time for Sunday Night of Football. Every Sunday from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. We're bringing you all the action, drama, and expert analysis from Nigerian Premier Football League, English Premier League, the Spanish La Liga, the French League One, Italia Serie A, and the German Bundesliga. Whether you're cheering for your favorite team or just here for the highlights, we've got you covered. Don't miss the pulse of football with in-depth breakdowns, live score updates, and exclusive interviews. From the line-breaking passes to the game-winning goals and VAR controversies, we're right here with you, bringing you all the highs and the heart-grounding moments of the game. Join us every Sunday at 9 p.m. for Sunday Night Football with your hosts, Ayomikun Adeniyi and Samuel Akintunde. Your Sunday night will never remain the same.
On 103.5 FM.
All right, welcome back from that short commercial break. Before we left for that short commercial break, tomorrow the UEFA Nations League quarterfinal second leg will be going down. France will be playing against Croatia, Germany against Italy, Portugal against Denmark, and of course Spain will be playing against Netherlands. So guys, quickly let's jump on that game. We saw the first leg between Portugal and Denmark. Denmark won the game in the time moment of that game by a long goal.
Denmark dominated that game, and I was very, very shocked. To my surprise, they dominated the game. You look at that Portugal, you see qualities everywhere in every department. They have quality players. They have players that are dominating the European scene, that are playing very well. And then you see them; they should not be struggling. But for Denmark, they play more as a team. I don't know. Maybe the individualism is still affecting Portugal because maybe they are depending on Ronaldo or so. Because I believe they should not be struggling to win games. And for Denmark to even win against them, it was a very, very poor performance from Portugal. But they have opportunity of righting the wrong of the past tomorrow, and they will be playing at home. So it's still all to play for, just 1-0 loss, so they can still overturn the deficit. The game that I'm really looking forward to has to be that Spain-Netherlands, because I think it ended in 2-2. So that game is going to play. There's a lot to play for. Netherlands seems to be playing with fluidity. They seems to be playing as a team. They play really well. I was even expecting Spain to, have a walkover over them, to have it very easy against them, but they gave them a very tough fight. So the second leg will be very, very interesting to see. We cannot write off Spain, we cannot write off Netherlands, still balanced.
All right, quickly, before we wrap up the show this afternoon, let's quickly jump into basketball and talk about the NBA. Yes, like I told you, we are getting closer to the end of the regular season, and of course, teams are shaping up. Boston Celtics, they were in action this morning against Utah Jazz. They won away from home, 121. They are the reigning champion. Of course, they're getting teams in order to play in the play-in. And for the Clippers, they also won this morning. Sacramento King, they are in some situation right about now. We'll look into that later on Monday. And for San Antonio Spurs, they played this morning also securing victory in the world of Formula 1. Guys, we saw Lewis Hamilton in the sprint race. He won that particular sprint race. First time for Ferrari also.
Yeah, it was a very good one. Although it's not the proper race, because the Grand Prix will go down tomorrow, the second Grand Prix for the year. Today they have the first sprint of the year. What he won was actually a qualifying sprint, and he finished in the pole position. I think Verstappen was behind him. So in this sprint today, the grid, we have Hamilton in pole 1, and we have Verstappen, you have Piastri in 3, Leclerc. So, but it was a very good one for Lewis Hamilton and Ferrari for the first time finishing in pole position. So it's great result for him, and it shows that he's starting to get used to the cars and to get, it was a shambolic performance in the season opener last week for not just for Lewis Hamilton, even for Ferrari. Much as Leclerc also struggled, he finished ninth. So for me, it's good to see that the GOAT still has it, and
tomorrow is going to be a very, very
all right, guys. Let's talk about tomorrow. We saw the first Grand Prix of the year where Norris won that particular Grand Prix, and of course, getting into this the
second Grand Prix
now. We saw Lewis Hamilton in the first pole position. Max Verstappen, we saw how he dominated last season, and going to this season, me personally, I know it's going to be a very tough one for Max Verstappen and his team.
Yeah, it's going to be very tough for Max Verstappen, especially when you see the likes of McLaren drivers talking about Lando Norris and Piastri, what they are doing, and they have a very good car. Yeah, and but even the Mercedes drivers talking about George Russell and the young guys Kimi Antonelli, 18-year-old. He finished in pole 4 in P4 in the first Grand Prix last weekend. So for me, I think it's going to be. We have an interesting and exciting season ahead of us. We cannot say. But I don't want us to rule out the fact that
this time last season, Verstappen
was already
leading. So tomorrow, do you see Verstappen winning, or do you see the legendary Lewis Hamilton, or probably Norris will just come from anywhere and win tomorrow?
I think it's going to be. I'm tipping Hamilton because of my love for him, because he got the pole position yesterday. Shows
that should help him.
And your momentum. All right, we'll see what will happen later tomorrow, guys. It's time to say our BYE on the show, but tomorrow 9 p.m. Nigerian time we'll be back here for football.
Sunday night football.
It's going to be a very intense conversation tomorrow, because we're talking about beyond football. Up and on the page discussion will be going down tomorrow. Of course, you can join the conversation tomorrow live on Facebook, and of course calling into the studio line. Let's get into all this action. Until I come away tomorrow, and of course on behalf of the guys in the studio, my name is Ayomikun Adeniyi. Enjoy your weekend. Stay out of trouble. I'm out of the studio.